What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and today we're going to be having a look at the brand new information piece that we have on Treasure Cruise, detailing about the upcoming treasure map featuring the brand new legend Usopp. Now, I've already made a dedicated video discussing the batch and Usopp himself. If you want to check out that video, definitely go ahead and do that. But just to give a brief overview, I guess, for those of you who may have missed that, I don't think Usopp is amazing, to be honest. This is probably a unit you don't have to pull for, but we're making this video just to discuss the new news, have a look at the Sugo Fest as a whole, and just see what it's actually going on. But the big key takeaway about Usopp that makes him somewhat viable in content is this right here at the top of the paragraph that I've set to here. Applies the set target status to all enemies for 2 turns. Set target status cannot be affected by status effects, and it gives 2 times increased damage taken from Dex, Shooter, and Free Spirit characters. So it gives you 2 times increased damage. It's a 2 times damage increase for your crew, as long as they're Dex, Shooter, or Free Spirit. If you end up killing a unit with set target status, that character that killed a unit that is either Dex, Shooter, or Free Spirit gets cooldown reduction as well. But it's just the fact that you have this effect of increased damage taken that can be stacked with other, increased damage taken buffs, the weakness debuff, but this is incredibly strong, and we've seen it with other characters in the past, like Cross Guild, for example. I'll pull them up real quick. Cross Guild are a really interesting use case here, because Cross Guild, they get access to, I actually got to type in Buggy. So Buggy, with Cross Guild, of course, the very, very unique effect with their special, how you activate their special multiple different times to get different effects, but as soon as you activate it, it says applies set target status, ignoring immunities, and then Driven and Slasher characters get the 2 times increased damage effect. So we've seen with this character in the past, in the recent Super Boss Kizuna that just came out, this character was actually used in like a slasher team that people were building for, just due to the fact that, you could make everyone into a slasher with Zoro and Sanji, and because of that, everyone gets the 2 times damage increase from the set target status. So this effect, while only on 2 units right now with Cross Guild and the new legend Usopp, because of this effect, I think Usopp will see play just due to that alone. However, there is the big caveat to all of this, with the fact that not only Cross Guild is like an anniversary exclusive, I believe, or he's relatively restricted, he's not going to be on a lot of banners. Usopp is going to be relegated to Treasure Map Sugo Fest, I believe. New Treasure Sugo Fest exclusive character Usopp, it does mention that there, and the Usopp is only a 6-star unit, so you can only pull him on Treasure Map Sugos, and we don't know when he's going to return, obviously, because we had the situation with Green Bull. When Green Bull came out in December of last year, it took him like 3, 4, 5 months just about for him to return on a Treasure Map Sugo Fest. So we hope that's not the case with Usopp, because I do believe Usopp is a character you probably want to get eventually, just because of set target status. But again, that example that I'm talking about is literally only for high damage teams. Outside of high damage teams, I don't think Usopp will see play, because he just doesn't do enough. Another thing about Usopp that is kind of interesting as well is that he does activate EX super requirements for some of the Straw Hat characters, which is another pretty cool component, and you can use him in super tandem chains and stuff like that. So there are redeeming qualities about Usopp, which I think is cool. The rare recruits in Kaya and the kids, they're not really that great, unfortunately. So the Sugo Fest is starting tonight as of the release of the video, and we'll go through all the characters that are actually boosted. So part 1, 30 rainbow gems, as we all know and love. You have to do 4 multis to get a guaranteed new unit. 5th multi is a legend. You do get a treasure map legend guaranteed on multi 7, 14, and 21. And then you get a guaranteed treasure map character, so it can be treasure map rare recruit or legend on 9, 12, 16, and 19. 25th pull, you guaranteed to get the Usopp. That's fascinating. I don't know if that's something that they've done a lot moving forward. Usually it is 30 multis to get the guaranteed new unit. I could be wrong and just completely overlooked a lot of other banners in the past, but 25 multis for Usopp. Usopp is definitely not worth 25 multis, I'll tell you that. And it looks to be relatively similar, or it looks a little bit different here. So for this one here, the 10+1 rare recruit for parts 2 and 3, slightly different here, it looks like. So we get the guaranteed Kaya pull on part 2, and then the onion, pepper, and carrot on part 3, guaranteed new unit 10 and 15, and then you get a guaranteed treasure map legend on multi 20. So it does mention here at the bottom of this paragraph that for part 1 of the Sugo Fest, there's going to be 15 available characters, and all treasure map characters on the banner are going to be up there up until April 12th of their release. And then for parts 2 and 3, the amount of legends that are pullable is restricted down to 20. So there's more characters on part 1. Usually this means that the chance to get Usopp may be reduced on part 1. We'll have to wait and see exactly how that's going to work out. Now, as we move on to the characters that are actually boosted here on part 1, this already looks really good. You've got the Usopp, obviously. You've got Luffy, the Oiran Luffy, the bath time Luffy. Doesn't really see that much play. I don't think he's that great personally. But then you've got Nami, Karina, and we all know how good they are in normal content and in Pirate Rumble. As for the additional legends, I mean, you've got pretty much a lot of the treasure map legends. You got some pretty good ones there. Characters that see a decent amount of play, like Carrot and Wanda. Izo and Okiku, not too bad in other treasure maps. They've got wave clearing specials, multiple turns of chain lock, and a very good support. Hina has a great special. Nami and Carrot have a great special as well. So there's some decent units here for sure. And then these are the other generic legends that are also going to be pullable on part 1 of the Sugo Fest. You've got some decent units here for sure, like Usopp and Yasop are pretty strong. Odin, very good in Rumble. Alba's a solid unit in generic content. And then you've got the Sai Uta, who's also pretty solid too. Moving on to part 2 though, this one is going to be a little bit more of a restricted pool of characters. For part 2 there, you see Green Bull and also Jinbei are going to be featured alongside the Usopp. So definitely much weaker in terms of the treasure map characters. But as for the generic legends, you have Lilith, which I think is still a pretty strong legend. You have Quick Momonosuke, not too bad in normal content, pretty good in Pirate Rumble. As for the other units, you got Hiyori, who's still really, really nice to have. And you got other couple of key units, like Halloween Ace with the investments is very, very strong and stuff like that. But not the most broken Sugo Fest part that we've seen. And then moving on to part 3, going to be partnered up with the Bonnie and the Nami and Carrot. And then you obviously got the some of the other decent legends like Sai Momo. Int Bonnie still okay. Legend Garp is pretty good with investments, of course. Tandem Law still pretty good. Rayleigh Gaban still pretty good. Robin Koala also pretty good. So there's some decent units here for sure. And then you've got like the boosted rare recruits and stuff like that, which is kind of whatever, you know, not too many people care about this, I suppose. I mean, some of these units actually have some pretty good supports that you may want to get just for that reason. But that is the Sugo Fest starting tonight. I think in a broad kind of sense, you don't really need to pull on the treasure map banner, you know. But there are some other aspects that I want to talk to you guys about before we wrap up this video, which is another reason why I wanted to make this video, is when they gave us here the treasure map notice board about some of the stuff that's going to be occurring during this treasure map. Now, they mentioned here that the Super Evolution for Mihawk, obviously we all know that, but the card enhanced trusty characters. So certain trusty characters will raise the maximum amount of cards you can hold, raise the success rate of the cards, and in this treasure map, they will boost the success rate of the cards to 100%. So we saw this in the previous treasure map, where if you had the high boosters, it would actually enhance the effectiveness of the cards up to 100%, where, you know, if you had a certain unit, your navigation level increase cards would be guaranteed, your, like, pistols, guns, and slingshots will be guaranteed to work, your movement cards would be guaranteed to work. These are all huge buffs, because these cards, while at face value, if you don't have many boosters, they're just kind of okay, and you can think of it as kind of like a side thing that maybe every now and again you'll get lucky for them to activate. But if you get these boosters, this literally changes the way you play treasure map, and it makes a pretty big difference with that when everything's said and done. So if we actually go down to the boosted list, we actually get a bit more info about this. Have a look at this. So this is the new Usopp. If you pull the new Usopp and you use him in the content, not only does he give you the card buffs, but it says 100% chance to add 2 additional item drops for clear rewards. And then it says you get the 2.5 point bonus, and also the stat bonus, the cooldown. And then if you get the Usopp, then your movement cards, your steering wheels, it says boosts success chance of steering wheel cards to 100%, and then boosts the treasure points from slingshot, pistol, and cannons by 0.5. That's also kind of nice too. So if you get Usopp and you use him, not only do you get all of these buffs from your cards and stuff, but you also get the 100% chance of additional drops. We haven't seen that before, so this is going to add quite a lot of value to pulling these treasure map characters. We don't know if this is going to be a constant moving forward. We do know that, you know, the 100% chance of certain cards activating did occur during the anniversary, and during the anniversary that made sense. But we're out of that now, and we're getting the next month's treasure map also with 100% chance of these things activating. Note that the wording that they use here, it says that it says in this treasure map, they're going to be boosted to 100%. So it says in this treasure map, implying that it's only going to be this map, maybe not going to happen moving forward. Again, the wording in Treasure Cruise could be weird. You do see that Kaya, one of the other boosters, also gives you an additional drop at the end of the quest, and also the onion, pepper, and carrot, one additional drop at the end of the quest. Meaning if you have 2 Usopps, Kaya, and the kids, you can get 6 additional drops at the end of clearing a treasure map boss. That's pretty wild. More limit break materials, and if you get lucky enough to drop a tablet, you can potentially dupe that tablet a bunch of times. It's just crazy, right? It's just crazy. And then you just see like the other boosters below. They don't really give you like amazing effects. You do get some card enhancements and stuff, but nothing to the levels of the other guys up the top there. And you do see the other boosters of the Zora and the Sanji that just came out, the super evolution of Dracula Mihawk. The anniversary characters are all listed as 1.35 boosters. It is what it is, you know. So we'll see. I'll bring you guys a video in regards to team building for this treasure map. We'll see how it goes. I haven't looked at any of the gimmicks yet. Hopefully it's not a terrible treasure map. But as we know, as we move forward, it does get pretty rough. So that's all I wanted to make a video for you guys on today. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. And if you did enjoy it, make sure to go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.